This is your unit number 2, computer graphics. Now in this unit, we will study about the point and what is the line and what is the difference between the line and the point. So after the point and line, we will emphasize over that how we will draw a line and how we can implement a line with the help of number of points. So for that, for drawing a straight line, here we will use a number of algorithms. But all those algorithms are based on the incremental method. So what is the incremental method? Suppose if we want to find any address and just we are aware by the house number only, and if we are going to search a particular house number or the home number, then how we will proceed? So in that case, to search a house, we will use an incremental method, because in foreign countries you will find that, or there is a method to search any number of home with the help of the incremental method. Then how will you proceed? First, you will go, suppose you want to search a house number 502. So 502, it indicates that street number is 5, and in the street number 5, there is a house number 2, so that you can proceed properly with the help of the incremental method. So this is the way to find or to search a house number. So the same method we will apply to draw a straight line. So how can we proceed? We will use the same method, that is the incremental method, to search a house number. Similarly, we can draw a line with the help of the incremental method. So first we will concentrate that what is a point. So a point is nothing but a dot, okay, and is named by one letter. So here just we are indicating as M. M here indicating a point. So we can indicate by any letter here. So this is called the point. It is nothing but a dot. Similarly, another example, if you will see the tip of the pencil, then you can say that this is a point. So this is called the point. So tip of a pencil is an example of the point. Similarly, here we are representing this dot with the help of a letter M, and this is called the point. So what is the line? A line is an infinite set of points. So a line contains, or we can implement a line with the help of a infinite set of points. So a line can be expanded in both the direction. So what is the difference between the line and the segment? Segment, it is a portion of the line. Just here we are indicating, in this case, a line here we can extend on both sides. This arrowhead indicates that we can extend this line on both sides. Okay, that's why it is called the infinite set of points. So it contains, or we can implement this line with the help of infinite set of points. So here we are considering only A, B. So there are 2 points, A and B, and this is called the segment. Just we are considering only a part or the portion of the line. So this cutoff portion AB, this is called the segment. And one of the best example of the road, because road, it is we can extend on both sides. So this is one of the example of the road as a line. So we can say that this road is the best example of the line. And just we are cutting a portion, and this is called the segment. So AB here is a segment. So this is again we are considering what is the line segment. Just we are cutting or selecting a portion out of a line. Okay, this is one of the portion CD. CD are the endpoints. So a line segment is a part of a line defined by two endpoints. So segment has two endpoints, but line no endpoints. Okay. So what is the point? Point is nothing but a dot. We can represent by any letter. And what is the line? Line it contains infinite set of points. What is the line segment? It is a portion or part, or we can say the segment of a line. So it contains two lines. Okay. So here C and D, this is the line segment. So in this diagram, you can see a good example of the line segment. Here, just is throwing a ball, and it has two endpoints because on both endpoints there is availability of the two persons. So just the limit is already defined here. So we can say this is a line segment. Now the ray, because we will use point, line segment, ray, etc. These are the basic elements, or we can say the basic units, okay, which we will use in computer graphics. So the unit 2 is based on such elements. That is the dot, what is the dot, what is the line, what is the line segment, what is the ray. So a ray is a part of a line. Again, it is a part of a line with one endpoint. So what is the difference between the segment and the ray? A segment has two endpoints, but a ray has only one endpoint. Okay, initially it starts from a fixed point, and then we can extend in one direction infinitely. So a ray is a part of the line with one endpoint. It extends infinitely in one direction. Okay, so this is the difference between the line segment and the ray. So a plane is the set of all points. Now just we are considering this diagram. It is nothing but a plane. So this diagram showing a plane. Plane has a number of views, okay, front views, side views, okay, elevation, etc. The plane is the set of all points that on a flat surface that extend in all direction. So we can extend it in all direction. So this is a 3D figure you can see easily because each portion we can see easily. So this we can say that there is a 3D axis on which we are uh, drawing this plane. So it has plane flat surface, and we can extend in this plane in all directions. Intersecting lines, if the lines are cutting to each other, two or more lines that meet at point. So here we can see that F is a point in the diagram. You can see F is a point where two or more lines they are intersecting, or they are cutting, or they are crossing each other. So whenever lines cross each other, so they cut at one point. So that point is called the intersecting point. If there are more number of lines, then we can get more number of points. So two or more lines can cut at one point. Okay, if there are two or more lines, then they will cut at one point. So F is indicating here one point where two or more lines that meet. So that is called the intersecting point, or we can say that intersecting lines. So this is the difference between the line segment, intersecting lines. again you can see one of the example of parallel lines. You can see on the high tension lines, so they run parallel. So two or more lines that never intersect. So there are several lines that move directly in the straight fashion. So they are not meeting to each other. If there are two lines, so they are going straight, but they are not meeting at one point. So there will be no intersecting points. These are called the parallel lines. So this is one of the best example of the parallel lines. Perpendicular lines, you can see in the diagram. Perpendicular, if the lines, they are forming 90-degree angle with each other. So here, one of the best example, you can see there are three cars, and after collision, one of the vehicle that stand at 90-degree. Okay, so two lines that intersect and form right angles. So in this case, you can see they are colliding to each other and forming a 90-degree angle. So this mid one vehicle forming the right angle with this vehicle and also with this vehicle. So here we can describe this is mid one car and this is first one and this is second one. Like this and this. So forming the right angle triangle. So such type scene you can see in this scene it these are forming the perpendicular lines, or we can say the right angle. Collinear points you are already aware because you have already studied in the mathematics about the line, point, line segment, ray, collinear points, plane. You have already knowledge regarding such type of basic mathematics. So collinear points are points that lie on the same line. So this is, you can see, this is a straight line and there are A, B, C, D, 4 points. They are lying on the same straight line. So this line we can say passing through the A, B, C, D, and there are other several points G, E, F. So there are other points E, F, G, but this straight line only passing from the A, B, C, D. So we can say that A, B, C, D, these are the points are collinear. Okay, because they are lying on the same line. So if the points will lie on the same line, then we can say that these points are the collinear points. Planar points, now you can see if all the points lie in the same plane. So you can see that this is a plane, plane P, just we are giving the nomenclature to this plane P, even though you can choose any name, any letter here. So just I am selecting plane P and considering A, B, C, D. So there are 4 points and they are lying on the same plane. So we can say that this is a plane. This is a plane P and there are 4 points which are lying on the same plane. So this is called the coplanar. If the points will lie on the same plane, then those points are called the coplanar points. Now plane you can see or the skew lines. So planes intersect at a line. Now you can see this diagram. Planes intersect at a line. So here you can see where the different lines intersecting. You can see this is a plane A, B, F, and E. Okay, one of the plane again you can see B, C, G, F, another plane, A, B, C, D, A, another plane, similarly this one and similarly this one. So there are several planes we can say. So here you can see we cannot form the plane until they will intersect several lines to each other. So we are getting the plane whenever more number of lines intersect to each other. So planes intersect at a line. So we can say that they are intersecting at different points. So we can say G, H, like A, B, these are the intersecting points. Again C, here this line and this line, they are meeting to each other. So C is the intersecting point. Again D is the intersecting point. Again this is the intersecting point because two or more than 2 points lines, they are connecting to each other. Okay, so there are several lines connecting at one point, then that point is called the intersecting points. So several planes we can get with the help of the lines if they are intersecting to each other. Skew lines, what are these skew lines? Skew lines are that do not intersect. So those lines which are not intersecting or are not parallel and do not lie in the same plane. Skew lines are those lines which do not intersect, they are not intersecting, or even they are not parallel and also do not lie in the same plane. So such type of lines are called the skew lines. So we can say that in summary, planes intersect at a line. Planes intersect at a line. So the plane, how we can implement a plane with the help of the lines, but if the lines are intersecting, then we can get the planes. And another point, lines intersect at a point. This is true because there are several lines and they can intersect, okay, except the parallel lines. If there are two lines and the angle is between them is 180-degree, then those lines are called the parallel lines. Otherwise two lines will intersect at one point. Okay, so that condition, just we are exploiting that condition of the parallel lines. A line and a plane intersect at a point. So a line and a plane intersect at a point. In the preceding one, we can see this one. So this is a plane, and again this line is going here. Again there is this line again coming here, and also this line coming here. So this is a plane and this line intersecting here. So we can say that A is the intersecting point with the plane. So this is true. A line and a plane intersect at a point. Skew lines are not parallel. So just we have to remember this. Skew lines are those lines which are not parallel. So these are not parallel lines, do not intersect and are not on the same plane. So you have to remember this. Skew lines are not parallel lines. They are they do not intersect to each other and they never lie in the same plane. Now there are several techniques which we use for the point plotting. So what is the point plotting? Point plotting is accomplished by converting a single coordinate position furnished by an application program. So how can we draw a point? Okay, so for that there is a program. How can we draw a point? Just we put a dot, and that dot is called the pixel. Okay, so with the help of the pixel on the display screen, we get a point. So we have already given you one of the best example of the pencil. So tip of the pencil that acts as a point. And what is the point? Point is nothing but a pixel or dot. Okay, and a pixel has, or we can say that it contains three grains. Okay, that is the three colors, and those three colors form one pixel. So one pixel contains three grains, means three colors, and three colors or three grains form one pixel, and with the help of the pixel we can put a point. So we that pixel we can use as a point. So if we have a single point, that is called the dot. If we have several points, then with the help of the several points, we can form an image, a line, a plane, anything. Okay, so with the help of the pixel, with the help of the point, we can form a line. So first, just we are considering the example of the line. How can we draw a line? So with the help of the point, if there are several number of points and they are lying on a same plane, or those points are collinear, then we can draw a line, we can get a straight line. So with the help of the points, we can plot a line. Then how can we proceed to get a line? Then we use the incremental method. Incremental method, first we will consider the xy plane, and in the xy plane, just we will take a point on the x-axis, similarly a point on the y-axis, and with the help of the measurement on x and y, we can put a point in some midway of xy plane as per requirement of the given points. Okay, so with the help of the xy measurements, we can draw a line. Now, line drawing is accomplished by calculating the intermediate position. So, how we can calculate that intermediate position or a line path between two specified endpoints? So, first, if we are aware by the initial point and end points, then we can draw a straight line. So, how can we draw the straight line? With the help of the incremental method. So, we will use, there are several algorithms which we will use to draw the straight lines. Okay, so there are several line drawing algorithms. Among them, first is called the symmetrical DDA, that is the digital differential analyzer. Okay, the first algorithm or first method is called the symmetrical DDA. What is the DDA? Digital differential analyzer. Similarly, another method is called the simple DDA. Okay, first is called the first is called the symmetrical DDA, and another is called the simple DDA algorithm. Okay, and third one is called the Bressenham algorithm. So at the starting, we can choose the example of the symmetrical DDA and then simple DDA, and after that we can handle the Bressenham algorithm. So there are, even though there are several algorithms to draw the line, so we can draw the line with the help of the several algorithms. So how we can draw the line? With the help of the pixel and also the pixel positions. Okay, so just we can consider the bottom of the screen, and pixel columns are numbered from 0 left to right. We will start from left and then we will proceed to the right side. Okay, that is called the pixel position, and we will choose from the bottom of the screen. We will start 0 from the bottom of the screen, and then pixel columns are numbered from 0, that is from left to right. That is the left bottom corner. We will start from 0. Okay, and then, or we can say that if you have the desktop or the laptop, then extreme left bottom corner acts as a xy plane. We can say that horizontal axis as well as the vertical axis, and then we can consider 0 0 at bottom left corner. Okay, and then we start the pixel position from there. So this is the reference, and we start the line from that point. Now just we are considering the same example here. So this is called the your extreme left bottom of your laptop or the desktop here. Okay, just I am considering extreme left. So this is called the scan line number. Okay, and this is the pixel column number. So this is x axis and this is y axis, vertical axis. Okay, this is, you can say, the in the similar fashion we can draw the graph. So this is a plot between x and y. So this is called the origin 0 0, and we can proceed similarly. So if this is a point here at 1 1, again at 2 2, and again 3 3, and similar, and we can also get any points here. It is not necessary that we will get all the points on the same straight line. So after that we can draw a straight line. So just we are considering again the same thing, how we can draw the line. So to load an intensity value into the frame buffer at a position corresponding to the column X along scan line Y. So we use the command set pixel XY. Okay, set pixel XY, and here we can give the values to X and Y. And similarly, we can choose the pixel or the point on the XY plane. Okay. Similarly, another, to retrieve the current frame buffer intensity, there is again a command in the computer graphics, get pixel XY. So we use these two commands, set pixel and get pixel. Now there are several line drawing algorithms, that is called the digital differential analyzer. Okay, DDA. And after this digital differential analyzer, there is a simple DDA. Okay, first is called the symmetrical DDA, another is called the simple DDA. So there are two types of digital differential analyzer algorithm, and this is used to draw the straight line. Okay, so there are two ways we can draw the straight line. First is called the symmetrical DDA, and another is called the simple DDA. And next one is called the Bressenham line algorithm. And last one is the parallel line algorithm. Okay, so these are the algorithms which are used to draw the straight lines. Now we can see example here. There are 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. Then how can we draw the line here? We know already x1 and y1 values here, and x2 y2. Then we will get here a single point. Similarly, x2 and y2, here again we will get another point, and then we can join these two points. So we will get the straight line. So we can draw the straight line if we know the initial point and the final point. Again we are taking another example, a straight line segment with 5 sampling positions. Now you can see there are 5 sampling positions here, x1 and x2, and between that just we are choosing 5 samples. Okay, so we can say that here we can nomenclature this with the help of another number, and now ultimately we will get several points in the mid of this straight line so that we can reduce the complexity of the line during the drawing of this line, and we can maintain the quality of this straight line. Okay, if there are several points which will lie on this line, then whenever we will join the line, then we can maintain the quality of the line and we will get a straight line. Okay, so here we will use the symmetrical DDA and simple DDA and also the Bresenham algorithm to draw this straight line. Okay, so we can use any algorithm. In the next lecture, I will tell you regarding the symmetrical DDAs and simple DDA, and maybe also about the Bresenham algorithm. So we will discuss these all three algorithms in the next lecture. The Cartesian slope, now this is the first one. You are already aware by this equation of the straight line. Y is equal to mx plus b. Okay, where m is the slope of the line and b is the intercept. Okay, so m is the slope of the line, and how we can calculate this delta y over delta x. What is the delta y? Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you can calculate the slope of the line here, and b is the intercept. Then you can also calculate the intercept like y1 minus mx1. So we are considering equation number 1, 2, 3 like this. So we are already aware that this equation is used to draw the straight line. Okay, so for any given x interval, we can use the similar equation in different fashions. Delta y is equal to m into delta x. We can obtain the x interval delta x corresponding to a specified delta y. So we can calculate whatever we want. If delta y is given, then we can calculate delta x. If delta x given, then we can calculate the another factor. Okay, so we can, if we are aware by the initial point and final point, then we can calculate the slope of the line, and similarly we can choose the delta y value, and after that we can calculate several points intervals. We can say that x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 and so on, and then with the help of those intervals we can draw the line easily. So this is the digital differential analyzer, DDA, we can say that. So the digital differential analyzer, it acts like a differentiation of the equation. So we are already aware by the equation of the straight line, and then for choosing a number of interval, just we convert this line in as a yk plus 1 is equal to yk plus m. Why we are choosing this k plus 1 and yk? Because we want to settle a number of intervals, and after this digital differential analyzer, we can handle a number of problems over that, and whenever we will do one or two questions, then you can understand the working of the digital differential analyzer, also the working of the simple DDA and symmetrical DDA. So for that we can consider an example. So there are number of steps which we will use for the algorithm. Step 1, accept input as two endpoints. Here we will consider two endpoints, initial point and horizontal point. And after that, we can calculate several number of intervals. That is, if we are aware by delta y, then we can calculate